If you're still using Excel for anything more complex than basic calculations in 2025, you're literally costing yourself hours every single day. I'm going to show you exactly why Excel users are making the switch to KNIME Analytics Platform. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why this could be the most important career decision you make this year. Let's talk about the breaking point of Excel. Excel sheets have a limit of 1 million rows, but way before your data hits more than 1 million rows, Excel files that usually get bigger than 50 megabytes start slowing down. I have noticed many times when I work with Excel files that are 70 megabytes, 60 megabytes in size, it takes a couple of minutes for the file to load the first time I open it, and whenever I apply a formula or copy paste data, it takes that much longer before I can see if my formula is applied correctly or not. When it comes to Excel's manual processes, the error rate is very high, 18 to 40%, which means it's very easy for mistakes to creep in to your Excel reports when you're manually moving data and formulas around from one sheet to another. We all know the version control nightmares with Excel files. There's usually, before a big meeting, many versions of the same file floating around with edits from so many people. You'll have monthly report final.xlsx, monthly report final, or monthly report final v2, monthly report really final, and so on and so forth. It gets crazy sometimes. And manual repetition of work really kills productivity. If you're spending 6 hours every month on a report which has the same data sources and same audience and same output, but you still need to do all those steps manually in Excel, you know you're wasting hours every month. If your team shares and collaborates on files on OneDrive or SharePoint, which allows multiple users to edit the file, chaos surely follows, as I have personally experienced many times. And how many times you would have lost your work because someone saved over your version of the file with their version. Let's now talk about why KNIME is the 2025 solution. There are no row limits. KNIME can handle millions of rows of data quickly and efficiently. You will not see the lag that you see when working with an Excel file when you move over your file and data to a KNIME workflow. Visual workflows. You can exactly see all the steps in your data analytics process in a KNIME workflow step by step, whereas in an Excel file you have to wonder what were all the formulas that went into building this report, and if something went wrong, tracing back, looking at those formulas is a tedious process. KNIME comes built in with 300 plus connectors that lets you bring in data from multiple sources and combine them within the KNIME interface to generate a report that can help your leaders make an informed decision. KNIME itself is free and open source. There are zero licensing costs. You can use it for commercial purposes, personal use, for education purposes. The desktop version is completely free. And like I mentioned earlier, a KNIME workflow comes with built-in documentation. Each operation or each node in the workflow can be visually inspected to understand what it is doing, completely avoiding the need for a separate documentation about the process that you use to build a certain report. In numerous case studies shared by KNIME and in my personal experience also, I have seen 95% time savings when you automate an Excel report using a KNIME workflow. Now let's talk about the career impact. Data analyst salaries have been increasing year over year. Even if you're not a data analyst, you could show the value that you bring to your organization by automating many of these manual reports that you do using a tool like KNIME, thus saving a lot of time and leaving you for more valuable tasks like stakeholder management and business communication and such. There's currently a KNIME skills shortage which creates opportunities for people migrating from Excel to KNIME and improving their value proposition. Excel expertise is assumed to be basic, whereas KNIME sets you apart by showing that you are an advanced user of data. In the future, if there are needs to include machine learning in your data analysis or data usage, KNIME comes fully equipped and more to perform any kind of complex machine learning integration. I personally have been using KNIME for the past 5 years or so, primarily for data wrangling, and the transformation from Excel's limitations to KNIME really opens up unlimited opportunities. My clients consistently ask for KNIME training, so there's clearly a growing demand for KNIME skills. Let's talk about the KNIME learning path. Basic familiarity of KNIME takes 10 hours, not months. KNIME provides basic Excel reader and writer notes, so you can gradually transition into KNIME by reading in your existing Excel data sources, having KNIME do the data analysis, and exporting the output in an Excel format so your overall workflow doesn't get disrupted. Your stakeholders still give you the same data sources and your stakeholders still get the same Excel output that you were providing before you started using KNIME. There are unlimited free resources available, so there's really no barrier to starting with KNIME. Start with simple workflows and slowly add complexity as and when you need. So here are some practical steps for you to get started with KNIME. Download KNIME Desktop onto your computer. Pick one simple Excel task that you repeat on a weekly or monthly basis. Automate that or replicate that in KNIME and gradually add automation features. Later on, you can scale to more complex analysis. Look, data analytics field is moving fast and Excel skills alone won't cut it anymore. The professionals getting promoted and commanding higher salaries are the ones who can handle complex data efficiently. If you're serious about advancing your career, you need to start learning KNIME now, not later. The folks at KNIME have put together a free KNIME starter guide specifically for Excel users. It includes the mapping between Excel features and functionalities and KNIME functionalities that can be used to replace those Excel tasks. Link is in the description below. And if you want personalized help making this transition, I offer one-on-one KNIME coaching sessions. I'll help you identify your best transition projects and build your first automated workflows. Book a free consultation call. Link is also in the description. Subscribe if this was helpful and let me know in comments what's your biggest Excel pain point that you'd love to automate. I read every comment. Thank you for watching. Until next time.